Hi, Colin here, and this is Shine Automotive.
In tonight's episode, I cut a pipe, and Colin burnt his finger.
Start the video as well. Kevin got the pigeon in the last video, so if you get the pigeon in this video, you get mentioned in the next video, just like that. Let's crack on with a vid. What we've got now is a couple of days where we're going to get the turbo cave finished. So in this episode we'll be getting the exhaust all complete, doing the lambda sensors, getting the interior fitted, the leather interior will be going in, getting the tyres and the wheels on, getting the temperature gauge finished, and hopefully getting it in for MOT. So we've got a lot to do, so I think we're going to work on getting the exhaust finished. Right, so what we're doing now is we're going to fit the new sensor that we've got, which is Sam's hand there. So we'll get that in, and hopefully that'll get the temperature gauge working, which you can't really see, but it's down there. So Sam's going to get cracked on with that because he's feeling fresh today, aren't you, Sam? Yeah, very nice. We've got the ignition barrel swapped over now, and the car should start just with the key in, like that. Beautiful. And the temperature gauge is now working. Well done, Sam. Well done.
Oh, thanks, mate.
You're welcome. So with the downpipe there, we've got the lambda sensors to go on, and what we've bought is these lambda sensor welding plugs. So we'll cut a hole in there, seat that in there, and weld round, and that'll get our lambda sensor in. Happy days. How are you, Sam? Very good. There we go. That is drilled and ready to weld in. Very nice. Right then. Sam is just finishing up the lambda sensor. That's plugged in and all done. So the lambda sensor is in and plugged in. Obviously all this will be getting heat wrapped. We've got a heat shield that goes along the back there and a turbo blanket in there. We might get round to plumbing water into the turbo. We'll see what we're like for time. How do you think of it, Sam?
I think it's scrap.
You think it's scrap? Oh, what? Oh, it's finished. Right, we'll have to wrap up the episode here. It's not going to happen, it's broken. We're just going to weigh it in now. Got the cap that we're going to put in. Got loads of bits of exhaust lying around. Just working all the bends out. Sam's cut a few bits, and now he's cutting his 90 off there. Chopping his 90 off, and then cat will go on there, and then the flexi, follow the lambda sensor in between there. Very nice. You like it?
Not yet.
Not yet, right. We're getting there though. Right, little update time. Pipe coming down, got the 90 in. Sam's making funny noises in the background. Got the cat in. At this point, that's still on. At this point, where we'll put the lambda sensor and bank 2 in, then into the flexi, and that's as far as we've got so far. All right, mate. Sam doesn't do cutting straight lines. All right. So the bits we couldn't finish up when it was in the air, Sam's just dropped it down. Finish it up now. So the mad creation. Now we're going to do the lambda sensor. That's where it needs to be, and then it needs to come out around there, doesn't it? We're just guessing, it's not the best. Do you like guessing? And we'll get the grommet, or whatever you want to call it, in place. Ah, you didn't give it to me. You didn't give it to me. Definitely not. There we go. It's alright getting there now. Drop down, finish the welds up, got the joint there if we ever need to separate it, and we've got it wrapped. So I'll get that chuck back up in place now. Very nice. So it's the following day. I'm in the Automotive. I'm off to go get the leather interior. So I've got a long way to drive. So let's crack on. Right, so we've got some love juice in the old Automotive. I forgot what it was then. I'll turn that down. So yeah, I'm gonna bang my phone onto a sat nav and head down. And we're off to go get the leather interior. What? So I've just looked on the map and it says we'll be arriving in 2 hours and 24 minutes. So it's a long way to go, but the seats are free from our mates from Cool Air Runnings that race and share the garage with us when we go racing. So cheers Matt for sorting us out with this leather interior. I really hope we can get this KA done, because I know loads of you are always commenting when's the next Turbo KA video. It's been really hard sourcing bits. Now we've got all the bits, so it's only down to us now, so there's no excuse. Right, I'll get on down the motorway. Sam's at the garage working on some bits. He's got the CV boot to do that split, get the rest of the interior out, give it a good hoover out. And obviously we've got the exhaust to finish. We ain't going to be able to get the boost and all that set up, so we'll just keep the boost really low down for the MOT. Once we've got it MOT, that's when we can start doing some tests, taking it up the road and testing and getting things fettled about, and work out what we're going to do about dumping the boost as well. If it's any good, it might blow up, we have no idea. So right, I'll get on to crew and get these seats. Ta-ra!
Nothing shoots like a Moab. Choose pinballs, full on till they're gone.
Well, we're nearly there. The old Automobile's done as well. Woohoo! Right, well that's it. I've got all the interior in the back. Let's get back to the garage and hopefully we'll get it fitted today. Just needs a bit of a wipe down, but thank you Matt for sorting it out. I like a freebie. It was well worth the drive. Woohoo! Let's get back to the workshop. Well, that's me back. Fuel light on. 290-mile round trip. Just to get some free leather seats. And we're home. Let's get this stuff chucked in. I've just got back. All the seats and that are in the back. Sam's made the rest of the exhaust that goes up and over and into the box. All we've got to do is fix it up into its original mounting points, where a rubber bush would go there and there. So we'll crack on with that now. Sam's sorting out the lambda sensor as well. All the caps in, flexes in, lambda sensor bank 2 goes in there. Hello Sam.
No.
Right, she's made, what's she made of Sam?
Universal back box.
Yeah.
Passat down pipe.
Yeah.
C2 VTS centre pipe.
Yeah.
That was off of VW Golf, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was off Amazon.
Yeah.
And that was off the KA Sport.
Nice one. Oh, that was off the grasser, wasn't it? Yeah, lovely. And there we go, the exhaust is done. I'm just going to heat wrap the back bit round the tank. Lovely jubbly. This is definitely the lastminute.com. It's off for MOT tomorrow. We've got the rear shocker bolts still to do, which I haven't done. The seats to fit in, which I've got in the back of the Automotive. Seats to go, wheels to sort out, number plates to do, wheels and tyres to do, number plate lights out, battery is insecure and we've got to bleed the brakes. So yeah, there's loads to do. I've just bolted in the headlights because they were loose. So it's proper coming together now. I hope we can get it tested tomorrow. Big list of stuff to do, but you know, it'll be what it'll be, but I promised you, and everyone's been, where's the KA Turbo, where's the KA Turbo? So here it is. All the interior stripped out, ready for the leather seats to go in. Obviously the leather seats are in the back of the Pope-mobile. Been a good ride, got all that to chuck in the morning. The exhaust, it's lovely now. Just where we wanted it to be. I've got some heat wrapping to do underneath, and then that's about it for the exhaust. We're using this heat wrap if you've used it before. This is a fiberglass stuff, so before you put it on, you need to soak it and then wrap it round. There we go. That's a little tip if you didn't know. Getting the exhaust finished off, so we've heat wrapped right from the turbo right down on the bend. I'm going to leave the cat and where the lambda sensor is. Luckily we didn't have to extend the wire, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to start heat wrapping from here all the way back, just to finish tidying it up. Obviously we've had to weld a couple of welds in places to make it work. The old cherry bomb. So yeah, I'll get that wrapped up and it'll look like this right now. Boom. So it's the final morning. There's not that much left to do. We'll get this smashed off, me and Sam anyway. I'm going to chuck in the leather seats now, chuck on the door pockets, there's a pinch box fit, rear shocker to do, and that, looking at the list down there, that's about it. So I'll get cracked on, get the interior in, and then you'll see the interior in a minute. Woohoo! So that's the driver's seat in. Just needs a good clean, just got a bit of damp watermark there. Very nice. Boot carpets in. Back seats are in, I've wiped them round. That seat's in now. Sam's put the cowling in. So I put the cowling in, then I put that seat in, I've wiped round the seats, cleaned all the roof lining. It's coming together now. Just got to clean this seat belt. That's nice. Sam's getting the old fabric door pocket off and then replacing it with this new nice leather one here. He's done the one on the other side. Looks very nice. Very nice. You happy, Sam?
No, I didn't take a screw out.
Oh dear. So the wheels are coming off. We've got the new wheels in the back of the Pope-mobile now, so we'll get them slapped on. We're absolutely fine for time today, no rush, not like the Michael X-Ray 5. I'm just going to get the brakes bled up and then chuck the wheels on, keeping it in old school. Very nice. In here now, we're going to bleed the brakes. We've got a bit of an issue and we can't work out why. These wheels were on the Black Sport KA. We've got the Black Sport KA brakes, but now they won't fit. They're catching on the caliper, so I'm gonna have to get some spacers. For now, I'm using my racing wheels, what I use for my racing car when I'm towing it around and that. They don't, not the wheels actually race with, so they're gonna have to do for getting it through its test today. Bit of a bummer. So I'll stack them up and I'll scratch my head later on. Why don't the wheels fit? You've just worked it out.
Because the brake pads were half worn on the other car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we put new pads on the front now, which has brought the caliper out further. That's why it's hitting the wheel.
Yes.
Right, thank you very much. There's the answer. You do get a paper hat, mate. Well done for figuring that out. So that's why the wheels don't fit. So I'll get a little spacer. But that won't happen today because we haven't got enough time. So yeah, let's crack on. Giving it its first wash down for ages. It will be getting a good valet when we get back. If it passes or fails, I'll still be doing it. Obviously they're not the wheels we're running, but they don't look too bad. Look at that, it's just a little normal K 1.3. Who would know what was under that bonnet? So we're just locking up the yard now. This is the first time it's been down the road. Sam's locking the gates and we'll see how it goes. We've got the boost right down. So yeah, let's see how we get on. That temperature gauge can't be running right because we've had the computer on. Obviously we've got the boost turned right down. I've power washed the engine and I think I've got one of the plugs wet. So it ain't gonna take a lot of fine fettling. It drives mint. There's no knocks, no bangs, no rattles. A little bit of a boost there for you. But we don't want to boost it too much. I want to make sure everything's alright first.
I just love that noise.
Yeah.
There's a bird under the bonnet.
Right, we'll get to testing and we'll see how we get on.
1 hour later.
Right, we're just leaving the test station and it failed. The horn has decided to stop blooming working, and one of the handbrakes is not working right on one side. So obviously we're still driving it steady until we've got it tested, and we can start messing around with the boost. So obviously we've got the boost down, but it's still there. It's showing potential. It's going to be all right. So we got back from testing, we were noticing a little bit of a smell under the bonnet. Now the turbo blanket we bought has started to catch on fire, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to be getting on the case and ripping my new arsehole. Yeah, that's no good. Maybe buying cheap isn't always the best. Sort the handbrake out, do the horn, and we'll get back for retest, and we'll give it a bit of beans down the road and see how we get on. Was it? Yeah. What I'm going to change now is I'm going to try a 3-bar pressure regulator in there. So to get that off, basically pulls with a pin, goes behind, and that clips up behind it. So I'll do that now, and then we'll pull it in the garage. We'll sort the handbrake out. Right, so we're back in the Turbo KA. We're going back for retest now. We've done the horn and we've adjusted the handbrake, so the horn now works. The horn was knackered, so we just put an aftermarket one on. The seatbelt's pulled tight on me, there we go. So yeah, we've changed the pressure regulator as well. So what we're going to do is a little bit of open road. We're just going to open it up, keep within the speed limit obviously, just seeing what it pulls like. So yeah, let's get on to the test station. How are you feeling, Sam?
Pretty warm.
Yeah? Apart from the turbo blanket setting on fire, which isn't meant to, I'm quite happy.
More pony.
Wicked news, it's passed its test and it's performing extremely well. It's just get that little bit more fuel from a 2.7 pressure regulator up to 3. Just when I give it a bit of boost on the way back, with just a little hold back, it was nearly like a bit of lag, but now for a 1600, what it is, my gimmel's having a divvy today. And yeah, so I'm well impressed. Well, all the hard work we've put in, mate, it's paid off.
Yes, mate.
Nice leather seats as well. That was a drive and a half, nearly 300 miles. Yeah, probably kicking its head in though.
I'm not, this is steady driving this. 40 mile an hour, that mate. Oh, Pidgey Auto! Did anyone see it?
something, and it works.
Yes, it does. Very well.
Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Nothing's set on fire yet, apart from the turbo blanket. Right, so we've come back. See if we've got any smells or burns. It doesn't smell that bad. Got an issue with one of the HT leads. We put a cable tie. We're gonna have to sort that out. Just down there, it's a bit too warm, and the oil return I think won't last very long. So we're gonna have to do proper braided oil return, like the oil feed. We'll have to find something that we can do, and then obviously run the water feed in as well. But heat wise, not too bad. We might have to do something to get a bit more cold air in here. Do like a stealth sort of scoop round here that feeds down, or a very subtle bonnet scoop, you know, because obviously we're trying to keep it in with a sleeper build on a budget. And wow, it's passed its test. What do you reckon to how it drives? You love it, it's wicked, isn't it? Are you going this way?
I have no idea.
Meant to be down that way. I made sure I'm prepped for anything going wrong. Right, a little update time. Shut up. So we'll see you in the next one. I've been Colin. Ta now.
Peace be with you. Oh, yes. Have a beautiful time.